welcome back to another video vlog. Today is Saturday. I've got up this morning, got up with all the bear. As you can hear him, he's sat talking to himself. I think he's tired, but he refuses to go to sleep like usual. So that's that. But I've got a few bits to get done. So while he's sat playing, screaming to himself, and just enjoying himself, I'm going to tidy up, or try to tidy up as much as I can downstairs. So yeah.
Got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
So this living room kind of cleaned. There's a few bits I can't really do with or move because we need them just in case something doesn't work or something needs to go back because we bought a few things yesterday. A few lights for the house, as you've seen in yesterday's clip, I believe. I'm assuming. I'm not sure if he showed you them while they were working. So yeah, it's just a few bits that I have to stick around just for a little while and they can go. So yeah, now I'm going to tidy the kitchen, hopefully get that done. So yeah.
To tell this story because Oliver's asleep in his pram right now downstairs, right? He's quit with me as a father already. I was talking to Courtney, she was on the toilet. Bit weird, I know, but if you're in a relationship, you understand it's kind of what we do. It's kind of what you do in a relationship. And I see him move, right? So I peek my head round pram, and he's just looking at me. So I go, "You've got the doors wide open." And he literally just looks at me and goes, carries on looking at me and then goes back to sleep. My son has quit with me as a father already. Now I need to go get a cat because I left the door open. So yet again, I am up to my late night shenanigans and messing about with things. I finally set up my first automation and also fixed something to do with my automatic blinds, ordered something that I can't wait to pick up on Monday, which is going to be a nice adventure. Take his mind off a few things as well. But to start right now, if I walk into the kitchen, I've set up a motion sensor, and if I walk into the kitchen, boom, all the lights are on. And they're all connected to Philips Hue and they all work on a local automation. So I don't actually need internet to turn the lights on in the kitchen with a motion sensor. Homebridge! I'm joking. If any of you have watched any videos from the person I'm not going to mention because I want it to be a secret, so you don't just go and search it. If you've watched any videos from this person, then you'll know exactly what I mean, and I want you to leave a comment down below. I don't know if any of you will. I know my audience is quite a bit older than me, so I don't know. Anyway, so motion sensor is up here. This is not its permanent place. This is a temporary place. But as of right now, it's just a nice place for it to sit. I want more. So currently, if you're in this corner of the kitchen right here, which is quite an occupied corner because of Oliver's bottle maker, you kind of have to move out of it a little bit. You can stand still right here and it still detects you and it doesn't actually turn off the lights, but you do actually have to move out of that corner right now, and I can't think of a better way to put it anywhere. Apart from the one place that I would put it is down here in this little corner right here. That would actually kind of be about there. Would be the perfect place for it, I'm guessing, because that would probably see a little more than being up there. But I'll need some stuff for that, and I need to drill, so I can't do that. I've got the little magnet that sticks on the back, so I just need to put a screw in the wall. But yeah, actually I might not screw that up because motion sensors turn all the time, so I might just get some sticky stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But as of right now, I'm actually quite happy. The start of my home automation has begun. And kind of right now, I'm about to get into it about home automation. So if you're not interested in home automation, you're not interested in smart stuff, then thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, ding that notification bell, and we'll get back into a normal vlog tomorrow at 5:30 PM UK time. So for all you that actually have stuck around and are interested in the smart home stuff, let's begin. So I want to build my smart home on a voice activated but kind of not voice activated, always turning on and always turning off kind of basis. So as right now, I'm not in the kitchen, lights have turned off, but it gives it enough delay that if you're just quickly popping in here so Courtney to come in, check on Oliver, go back in, and the speed is very nice being local with Home Assistant, that it turns on very quickly. So the lights turn on straight away. As you could tell, there were just no delay there. Perfect. But yeah, as I said, so it gives you enough time. Client comes in, checks on Oliver. How are you doing, Oliver? Good. Right, let me go get your bottle. Goes into the kitchen. Timer resets, and the lights no longer turn off. But if you're, and I'm doing a lot of spinning around here, I'm very sorry, guys. But this is kind of the best way to explain it in more of a show me, tell me kind of way, if that makes sense. So now I've walked out the kitchen. Oh, my phone over here. There we go. Walked out the kitchen long enough and the lights have turned off. Perfect. I kind of want to do that for every room in the house, right? But not that quick. A kitchen is a place where you kind of move around a lot. You're never really in one place for longer than a minute. That's literally why I've set it to what it's been set. That's how sensitive the motion sensor is, by the way. So that's why I've set it to what it's been set, because you're always kind of moving around in the kitchen, or you're doing something that creates motion. They're very sensitive, right? It couldn't even see me then at all. It was just my arm, just kind of a bit of my arm right here like this. Perfect. And I'm using the Philips Hue ones because the other stuff I want to set up is I want to kind of take the back of the house right here gets sun all morning. But then on a night, the back of the house, so both kids' rooms and the kitchen, is pretty much in pitch black, while the front of the house still gets sun. So I want to set up two sunset automations, one to run for the back of the house and one to run for the front of the house. So that's mine and Courtney's room upstairs and the living room, all right? And the Philips Hue ones, obviously I could do this with other sensors, but the Philips Hue ones is kind of the one I trust a little more, and I've used them quite a bit because I have all Philips Hue. Expensive, corporate greedy, but works most reliable and kind of gives me the most options. But yeah, so I want to use the lux sensor or the light sensor in the Philips Hue to measure the amount of light in the kitchen to then turn on that side of the house at sunset, when that side of the house is pretty much in darkness and the front of the house is still in daylight. Get where I'm going here? I kind of want to set it as, I've said it once, never touch it again, kind of thing. When it comes to lights, obviously there's other stuff that needs more assistance. Like blinds, which is what I'm getting onto next, and that's where I've come into something that I'm going to collect on Monday. I have got these blinds temporarily to put up because they were nice and cheap. I am going to replace them all eventually, and not with what I'm going to tell you next. What I've purchased is IKEA smart blinds. For downstairs, I want to stick with some. I'm not bothered about the chain down here, you know, the thing that it pulls. I'm not bothered about that. Down here, it's a lot easier to keep an eye on Oliver and baby number 2. Upstairs, where they kind of go off to play as they get older, I don't want blind chains. And if you don't know what I mean, let me show you. Show you real quick. This is a blind chain. One more. This right here. So if you didn't know what I meant, this is it. Now, obviously, the best thing to do is obviously, you know, keep them tight so kids can't strangle themselves in it, wrap themselves up in it. And obviously, they are going to be heavier than the ceiling in general. So they're heavier than the ceiling? No, they're definitely not heavier than the ceiling. Heavier than the blinds can hold. So obviously, they will pull it down. But that's not the thing. I want to prevent that from happening as much as possible. So upstairs, in my room, and mine and Courtney's room, baby number 2 and Oliver's room, I'm going for IKEA smart blinds because they don't have that little chain at all. They just operate on a motor at the top, and I think that's just a better option for them. Plus, it kind of got me into the trad-free gateway thing because I want more IKEA stuff. I want some of their motion sensors, and I want some of their outlets and stuff like that. I've heard some good things. I've heard they're pretty hard to set up sometimes and a bit frustrating, but once you set them up, I've heard they're great. So I'm happy with that one. The next thing I kind of want to do when it comes to automation is my kids, knowing myself, right, never turned a light switch off, which is good. I don't want my kids to touch light switches because all my bulbs don't work with the light switches turned on. So I'm replacing them with all Philips Hue remotes just because they integrate into Apple's HomeKit. Now, that lets me do a whole lot of stuff, right? So I can set up conditions when it comes to rooms and automations. Meaning, if it's really dark in here, then the lights will just turn on their own, and the blind will close. Because I don't want the lights turning on, the blinds being open and wasting electricity and stuff like that. I'm a father here. I've got to save money. It's a stereotypical father thing. But I also want to do other stuff. I'm so proud of myself when it comes to how to speed these lights. When it comes to other stuff, I want to get switchbot curtains. Now, I love switchbots. I have currently only got one. Oh no, I've got 2, sorry, at the minute. I've got one on my dryer that I'm actually going to do a lot more things with. I'm going to get a smart plug put in behind there, one of the Lightwave ones, to monitor the energy consumption of the dryer. And then when the dryer stops consuming a certain amount of energy over a certain amount of time, it then turns itself off. And I'm going to do the same for the washer, and the switchbot is perfect. Like my kettle does that right now. This is the Samsung SmartThings plug, which sadly I don't think you can buy anymore. Samsung don't really create them. But this is the Samsung SmartThings plug, and when my kettle turns on, so I can ask Google, Siri, she who should not be named, from Amazon, turn on the kettle, and the switch is always down, so then the kettle just turns on, and me and Courtney just know to fill that all the time. If me and Courtney aren't at home, then that automation doesn't work. The switch doesn't go down, and the automation doesn't. The kettle just doesn't turn on because I don't want someone, accidentally turning on my kettle and there being no water in it and then breaking the kettle. So when we're home, the kettle we'll turn the kettle on. So if I show you here, press the button, kettle turns on. Flick it up. It's no longer consuming electric. Plug off. Which it's already done. I don't know why I pressed that. Let's turn it back on. I pressed it and turned it back on. Anyway, so then I'm not wasting any more electricity than I have to, and the plug just turns off. Which I know smart plugs do use some electricity. Obviously, I have to connect to Wi-Fi and everything and all that stuff. But it's a lot less than leaving something on. Trust me. And then that's same for the bottle maker, but this one right now is just a normal smart plug. So when I go to bed, that turns off. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right there. And it's not one that monitors electric or anything like that. So that one will be getting switched out very soon. But then there's things like the telly that I can set up an automation to when with Siri shortcuts. So when you say Siri turn on the TV, or you turn on the TV through the obviously the Apple TV, which needs to be always on for HomeKit automations and stuff. Then telly can actually turn on via a smart plug as well as beyond. So then that's how I get around that, and everyone's happy. And I've doing smart home automation with a family. I have to have kind of the thing of set it and forget it, so no one gets frustrated when things don't work, because it will always work. And then when it doesn't work, switches. Things to just do it on automatically without hassle. And that's kind of a problem right now when it comes to the Soma blinds. But with Home Assistant, I may have found ways around it with some nice little cheap, I think £6 buttons from IKEA. Just slap a nice little button on the wall right here. Hopefully it works when I eventually buy one and set it up. And then you can open and close the blinds. locally, so the internet doesn't require the blinds. So you don't require internet for the blinds. Smart. And obviously the best part about all the automation is running locally. I obviously don't need internet then to turn on other things and blah, 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 blah. Which, perfect. Things without internet and things running locally is good for smart homes. But I've rambled on enough now, guys. I think I've just talked for like the last 10 minutes. If you actually want me to go into a more in-depth tutorial, not tutorial, a video on smart home stuff, then do let me know in the comments down below. And also leave a like, guys, so you know it tells YouTube this video was not complete garbage and it's actually okay. My lights have just gone off in the back garden. There's a kitty, there's a cat in the back garden. That light has just gone off. Best thing I ever installed that light, by the way. But yeah. So, I'm pretty proud of my automation as it is, my first one. I'm going to do some tinkering with lights and stuff when it comes to the lux sensors and the light, the light sensors. Obviously, some stuff doesn't need such a complex motion sensor with everything built into it. Like light and motion and what was the other one? Motion, light. Oh, I can't remember the other one. There's three. Obviously, not every room needs that. And then when it comes to other rooms like living room, when it comes to the motion sensors, I want to set a couple up. So I kind of want one in this corner over here, that corner up there, and that corner over there. So then I can move the room freely around and we can move it around without me having to tinker about with automations and stuff like that. But there's also a lot more stuff I want to do with motion sensors when it comes to night routines, people getting up through the night and kind of like a path light kind of thing. So instead of all the lights in the kitchen turning on like this, we kind of just get some accent lighting with the lights down here. So then that's kind of just path lighted to the bathroom. I want to get an outdoor switch replaced up, I'm sliding, up there. I don't know if I've done a good job of seeing that. So instead of a pull string, I have a switch bot and a switch. But obviously it needs to be waterproof, so it's kind of one of them with a rubber top on it. Hopefully I can get a switch bot working on that. It'd be nice to try, so then I can actually have a switch bot working in the bathroom. We don't actually shower in there or bath really, but if we ever do, then it's just something that would be nice to have. But yeah, and then attic, switchbot again, attic. So I love them. And then switchbot curtains, because that's the automation I wanted to talk about. So I have smart radiator thermostats, and I will eventually be buying a smart thermostat in general, just turn the heating in general on and off. So then I can save a little money on heating to kind of pay back the smart home device when it comes to heating, because one of the main ways you get heat out of your house is windows. So shutting curtains and shutting blinds a bit before you turn on the heating is just a better idea. Or as you turn on the heating, on a night, obviously I don't want to do this in the day, but obviously I do want to try and be as eco-friendly as possible. A dream of mine eventually would be to get solar panels on the roof and be off-grid and take the load off the grid. But sadly, I'm just not in the financial place to do that right now. But yeah, I do want to be as eco-friendly as possible when it comes to my home and the smart home. That's why I like lights being off, and I like the heating being off, plugs turned off. I like to make sure, eventually my goal is with the plugs that actually go in the wall from Lightwave, I would like to replace every plug in the house with one of them. I just want everything off, everything that uses just really extensive electricity, especially when it comes to washers and dryers. I don't want them using as more electricity than they have to. And as I say, obviously at the minute, I'm more in a financial place to save up, £20-30 and buy a smart plug than I am to go and buy new washers and dryers when I don't have to. But if they ever do, then I will buy the most eco-friendly washers and dryers as possible. But yeah, it's all about the environment, guys. I'm not one of these eco-activist people, but I do care about the planet. So yeah, hopefully that were a little bit educational into what my plans are with the smart home around these parts. And hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you do want a video dedicated to my whole smart home, I will do one separate from the vlog, so people can just fully enjoy the vlog without me rambling on about smart home stuff. If you're interested in that, then please let me know in the comments, guys. But apart from that, I'm going to wrap this up actually before tomorrow for once, so it doesn't get confusing when it comes to editing, because I go halfway through the day and then realise, I haven't outro yesterday's vlog. I need to do that. Anyway, guys, so thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, then please make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ding dong the notification bell, and come back tomorrow at 5:30 PM UK time for another vlog. Anyway, guys, hopefully you've had a great evening watching the vlog, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.